will be always useful whenever you want it to, or when you want to store different type of data types of multiple values. Okay, in that situations, we are supposed to go for that particular option based on the requirements. And 2-dimension, especially 2-dimension, when you want to store table data, basically, when you want to store, yesterday class I shown you table data. Like suppose I am planning to store admin1 as my username and password as test1 as my password. I'm planning to store 4 rows. So you know this is column 1 and this is column 2. As I told you, row number, column number will start from 0. Right? These are counting columns, and this is how the way we count rows. So row number, column number, everything start from 0. Suppose say for example, in my password, assume that password text box is allowing you integer type data. You want to store integer type data in password column, and username column, you want to store string type data. It's a table, right? It's a table. So as I told you yesterday last class, table is nothing but combination of rows and columns. Rows are stored within table. Columns are stored within
rows.
Okay, that is a hierarchy. Anywhere, that's a main hierarchy, all of you. Don't confuse. Rows are stored within a table and columns are stored within rows. So you take any row, you take first row, how many columns we have? 2 columns. Take second row also, we have 2 columns. Take any row you want, any row, it contains 2 columns. So column size will not be changing, only row size will keep on changing. It may change, depends upon that, right? Now, how you store this data in a 2-dimension? Using object array, let us see. Two-dimension. Okay, select your main method, finish up. Soon we'll start WebDriver after this. Now, yes, what is syntax I told you already. What is syntax for storing 2-dimension here? We can store in object array, or if you want to store directly, we can store according to your business. There are 2 syntax we have. Either we can follow either this one or this one. It's up to you. Okay. So here, if you want to store different type of data types in 2-dimension, what we should use? Object array, compulsory. Okay. If you want to store only string type, then data type should be string. It depends on your business. So now here, as per our example, we want to store a different type of data type, one with string, one with integer. So compulsory, we have to go with object array. Yes or no? So how do you store object array? Store table data into object array. Okay, so object, start with object array variable. I want to store my username and password into an array variable as login. 2-dimension means we have to say 2 square bracket, one for row, one for column, right? Is equal to new object. And first we have to say row size. How many rows you are planning? How many rows you are planning? 4 rows.
4 rows.
How many columns we want?
2.
2 columns. Column size will be 2 only because we store username and password, right? So what is array variable now here? Our array variable is login. So into that login array variable, we need to store first row, first column data. First row, second column data. Username is, what is that username? First row, first column data. First store username, login. Our array variable is login of 0. First row, first column. 0 0 is equal to, you can define your username, admin1, whatever. Next is first row, second column data, password, yes or no? So again, we have to store into login. First row means 0, second column means 1 is equal to, you can store integer type data. Because here we are using object array, so object array will allow you to store different type of data types. So the same way, next, second row, first column, second row, second column, right? First, second row, 1, first column, 0 is equal to, again your username here, admin2. Okay, na? Next, login of second row, second column, 1 of 1 is equal to so and so. Next, third row, first column, third row, second column, right? So login of 2, third row, 2 of 0, first column is equal to, again your username, admin3. Next, login of third row, 2 of second column, 1 is equal to, again password. Next, last row, right? As per our requirement, as per the row size, you have to define, right? So last row, again, login of fourth row means 3 of 0. Column number will be same. Column number will not be changing. So my username is so admin4. Same way, login of fourth row, second column, 1 is equal to, you can define your integer type. As we are using object array, we can store any type of data type. This is how the way we store data in 2 dimension. Now, I just want to print every row, all rows, first column data, all rows, second column data. How do you do that? All rows, first column data, all rows, second column data I want to access, I want to print. So first, what we should do is, we have to iterate all rows first. Iterate rows. Here I am taking for loop. For integer, I is equal to, starting from where here? 0. Index number start from 0. 0, I less than, how many times you want to iterate? How many rows you want to iterate here?
4 rows.
I less than?
I less than or equal to 4.
I less than or equal to 4. I less than? Yesterday class.
3. Then
Huh?
3.
4. How many rows are there?
4 rows.
4 rows means why again? 4 means 4, 5 means 5. Why you define the number? Already we know how to get length of rows. Login dot length. Login dot length we can use directly. What is login dot length is holding? Number of rows. How many rows are there? Iterate that many times. So I plus plus. Do you understand all of you? Do you understand all of you?
Yes,
Login dot length. Login, directly take login dot. Login dot length will return the length of array. Means rows. Iterate that many times. Next, we have to iterate all columns. Yes, iterate all columns. Yes, again one more loop here take for integer. J is equal to, here also starting from first column. First column means 0. J is equal to 0. How many times you want to iterate? Say what Selenium has to do. You should go to each and every row and get the column size. You should go to each and every row and get that column size. First go to first row and get that column length. Go to second row, get that column length. Go to third row, get that column length. Go to every row and get that length. j less than you take any row here, take first row, second row, any row, column length will be same. Column length will not be changing. Column length remains constant. J less than
1.
no ma. See, go to first row, column length will be 2. Go to second row, column will be any row you take, column length will be same. Then how do you iterate that? Think about it. See, you take any row here, take first row, the column length will be same. It won't be changing. So then how do you iterate that column? Every row column length. I can say login of I times dot length. Am I right? J plus plus. Do you understand all of you? J less than login of I. What is I holding row, right? Any row length, go to any row, get that column length. First row, it will first start from first row 0. It will get that column length. Iterate that many rows in that column. Iterate that many columns in that row. Go to second row, iterate column. Go to third row, iterate column. Okay. Now you have to print the row, the table data. How do you print the table data? System dot out dot login of I and j. First, I want to print in single line. I just want print in single line. After printing single line, in the next line, here it should print in table format. What I'll say here, T slash T. Slash T means tab space. Print statement, print first line. First print first row column line, and then before printing second row column line, go to next line. Print ln. I'll use print ln. Okay? Let us see now. First column, second column. In that first column, first row, first column, first row, second column. Okay, second row, first column, second row, second column, second row, third row, first column, third row, second column. So like that. Whenever you want to do data from a table, that means when you test against applications, what we do here, generally, when you're testing, suppose login functionality means we have to keep on sending this username into username text box, password into password text box. Right? So accordingly, we're able to do data. So 2-dimension is more important than single dimension. Remember that. Okay? 2-dimension is more important than an object array also. Very, very important object array. Do you understand all of you guys? Am I clear to all of you? Understood all of you guys?
Yes, yes.
Right? Yes. Now, if anyone asking you, what are the drawbacks we have in? 1 second. 1 second, be in line. Right. Okay, guys. If anyone asking you a question, what are the drawbacks we have in array? Anybody? Simple, simple. Just drawbacks I want. Any one of you. Am I audible? Yeah. One statement there. Please, come on, speak out. All are busy with Vinayak Chavati. No. Come out of it. One drawback at least. Okay. All are Saturday, Sunday means it's very difficult for me to get you back into this subject mood in Monday class. For me, guys.
We
And there is
need
no
to enter all the data.
Nama, enter all the data. See, first drawback, I told you already in the last class. See, the very first drawback in arrays will not allow you to store different type of data type. That is the worst drawback in array. That's the reason we are using object array. Am I right or not? Arrays, the worst drawback is arrays will not allow you to store different type of arrays will allow us to say same data type or different data types here. Same data type.
Same time.
That's what. So that is not possible using, that is one drawback. Next one is, second drawback is, as I told you, we cannot handle dynamic growing size of array. These are very important. They'll ask you interviewer. We cannot handle dynamic growing size of array. That is also one of the drawback we have in array. We cannot handle it. So to overcome this problem, we are taking help of one more topic called as array list. What is that? Array list. What is array list? Array list is a class. Array list is a class which is useful to store multiple types of values of same data type, but which can handle dynamic growing size of array. Which can handle dynamic growing size of array. If you want handle dynamic growing size of array, then array list class is very useful for us. Okay, so see that we don't define any data type. Suppose in array list also I want store different data types here. What to do, anybody? In array list class also I want store different data types. What to do? All of you know that just now. Come on, fast. Go with object. Exactly. Go with object array. But array list also will allow you to store same type of data type. Remember that. Okay. See, array list, define your data type, store your, define your array variable collection, and then new array list data type. Okay. And here it's a class. Remember all of you guys, whenever we use a class, the class will contain number of methods. Remember all of you guys. Whenever we use a class will contain number of methods. Interface or anything. Okay, interface or anything, compulsory it will have a methods. So let's see. Suppose, how do you add values into array? Anybody? How do we add values into array? Array variable. Simple answer.
Assignment.
Simple answer. By using index number. Simple answer. By using index number. But how do we add values into array list class? How do we add values into array list class means by using method. See that. Class number, remember all of you, when you use a class contains number of methods. So we use a method called add method. Add method. So what is the purpose of this add method? This add method will be useful to add values into array list class. Here, data. What data you define means, here data should be defined according to the data type you are defining in array list class. Okay? Here you have defined data according to the data type you defined here. If you are defining integer type, then data should be integer. If you are defining string type, then data should be string here based on that. Okay, I'm going to add values in the array list. Some values I'll store into collection. Okay. Then how do you retrieve values in that array list class? How do you access specific position? How do you access specific position from that list means? Remember all of you, very important method, get method. We have to go with what? Get method. Get method will help you to access any specific position that is stored in array list class. Okay. So when you define get method, index number, all of you know, you have defined the position number. 0 means first position, 2 means third position, 3 means fourth position. So whenever you want to retrieve any specific value from any specific position value from array list, then we should take help of get method. Let me show you one example, then you get clarity. First, I want to store a different type of data types here in array list also. How do you store? Store different types of data into array list class. First, array, start with capital because it's a class. Array, list, remember all of you guys from today in Java or Selenium, whenever we use a class, 100% that class will have a package. So use control space bar. Control space bar, see that there is a package. We have to import a package java.util. Okay, we should import a package for it. So what data type you want? I want store different data types. What to do? Then go with again, data type should be object. Go with object and define one array variable. I'm defining one array variable is str. Str is my array variable. Str is equal to new array list. Sorry. Array list. Control space bar and define your data type. What data type I should again use here? What data type here? Object. This is how the way we declare syntax for array list here. Now, what is our array variable here? Our array variable is str. Into that str, you can store how to add data into that array list here. What method? What that method? Str dot add method. Look at that. Add method. 100%. If you initiate any object for a class, that class will store all the methods. With help of that object only, we should access data. Add. Now you can store. I want to store string type data. India. Yes, store, no problem. Next, I want to store integer type data. Dot add. Like that. No restriction. See, in array, we're defining size. Here, no need defining size here. We can store as much you want. Okay, I want store integer type data, store it, no problem. I want store floating values, str dot add method. I want store floating values 98.097, so and so. I want store single character, str dot add single character. I want store single character something. Now you're eligible to store different type of data types. Again, I want store string type, str dot add. Str dot add. Okay, how to store that? Again, define what data you want. Hello. Now my question, all of you guys, I want to print hello from this collection. Hello position value. What is the position of hello? Anybody? What is the position of this hello?
4.
4.
4.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth position. How do you do that?
Add 4.
No adding, retrieving. I want access now. I want to print that hello.
str force.
Str
Within
method.
square brackets 4. Gets. Get.
Dot method is important. Get method. So whenever you want to get any specific position from array list, specified position, any specified position value from array list, this get method is very, very important. So what that number? Fourth index number. Define that. Whatever value that is stored in that fourth position of that array list, it will print to us. Yes or no? Control S, Control F11. Hello. No, no, no. I want to print from 0 to all values. That is all values that is stored in array list. What to do? Compulsory we have to go with looping statement. Which one you want? Can I take? I can take loop for loop, or I can take for each loop also. Which one you want? Tell me, guys. You tell me.
For it.
For each loop, huh? Tell me. Anyone of tell me syntax fast. Come on, come on, come on. No laziness, please. For data type. Inta stringa. Tell me fast.
Object.
Ma?
Object.
Object. Why object?
Different data.
No.
So one is string, one is character.
Oh yeah, one is string, one is. Why you are defining data type as object? My question. Answer should be like this. When I ask such question, what is your answer? Yes, why I'm defining data type object means the reason is my array variable is also holding object type. My array variable is also holding object type data. Compulsory we have defined. At simple here, don't confuse. See, whenever you are defining, somebody listening songs, enjoying with songs also. Mute. See, when you define data type here, when you want define data type, always define data type. Look at the collection first, simple. Go and check the collection and then define the data type. Okay, so object is our data type. How to store every position? How to store each and every position in that collection? Define one variable, each, anything you want, and the collection. What is that collection? str. Simple. What do you want to print from that now? What do you want to print from that? You want to print str or each? Each value. Okay, so that it can retrieve all the values from 0 to how many values that are stored in that variable. Not only that, not always using for each loop here. We should also learn how to use iterators also here. Iterator is also very much important. It's like a looping statement, not always for each loop. We can also take help of iterator. What is iterator means? Iterator is an interface, belongs to the collection API, application programming interface, which is used to handle set collection, list collection, and so on. We use, these are the collections in Java. Very, very important. We use in WebDriver. Set is a collection. Excuse me. List is also collection. So whenever anything stored in collection, list collection, not only for loop, for each loop, you can also take help of iterator. Syntax, iterator, it's interface. Remember that, not a class. Interface. Iterator is interface. Data type, iterator one variable is equal to collection name dot iterator. And here, all of you remember, iterator data type and set name data type must be same. Whatever data type you're defining here, whatever, if you are storing integer type, then set type also should be same. Don't confuse with that. And here we use two methods here, two methods in iterator. One is called has next, one is called next method. What is has next method? See, that meaning is has next. Has next meaning, see, returns true if iteration has more elements. It will go and check in the collection if the collection has more number of iterators. If the collection has more number of iterators, it is true. If it is true, go on iterating it. If it is false, come out of it. What next method can do? Next method can return next element in the iterator or iteration. It goes on iterating one by one value, right? So whatever value you want to retrieve from that collection, one by one, it goes on checking next. If it has next element, it will print to us. Okay, like that. It goes on iterating it. So, but how to use practically in array list also, I will show you, because very important in our WebDriver classes. I'm going to use demo 2. Select your main method, finish off it. Same. Here I want store only string type data. Here, come on. I want store string type and array variable. Array list, control space bar. What data type you are planning to store? String type data. String, some variable, str is equal to new array list. Okay, na? Again, data type, what data type we should use here? Data type should be again string again. Okay, guys. Now I want to store all my weekdays into this array list, into my array variable. Weekdays, come on. Weekdays, Monday to Sunday. Come on. str dot add one by one. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. Store your collection. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So these things you have to learn before we go to Selenium classes here. Directly learning Selenium classes will not help you out. Sunday. Okay, guys, this is my collection. Now from this collection, as I said, instead of using for each loop and for loop, I want to go with iterator. I want to iterate one by one value from that collection. Now for that, what I'm asking to go with? I'm asking to go with what? Iterator, right? I capital iterator, control space bar. Remember that. See that iterator is a blue color I symbol stands for interface. C, which number green color C is a class. Remember all of you. Now we have to import this package java.util. Already we imported one package for Java array list class. Look at that. And this is also collection wise. Okay. Anybody? What data type we should define here? Iterator. Data type same as for each loop only. Same as for each loop. Here also we should define according to the collection store. What data type it is stored in here in the collection? String type. String. Yes, string. Some variable. Store into some variable X. I'm storing that collection of X. X is equal to which one you want to iterate? str collection. str dot iterate. Do you understand all of you? It is similar to for each loop only. Okay. So what is X is holding now? X is holding every position. Yes or no? X is holding each and every position in that collection. Now I want to keep on iterating until my condition becomes false. Until X becomes false. Anybody? I want to keep on iterating until my X becomes false. What loop I should take? Come on. Until my condition becomes false. So for that we have to take while, exactly, while statement. While, which one you want to iterate? X value, right? Just now I told you, you want to check each, is it true or not? X dot has next method. Look at that. Has next is a method. Returns true if iteration has more elements, or else returns false. So we're asking Java to keep on iterating until X becomes false. When X is true, go on retrieving the data. And while iterating, keep on printing that value, every iteration value. How to print that every iteration value? X dot next method. Next returns next element in the iteration. First, it will go to X and get that first value Monday. It will print that Monday. Again, it goes to next value. Again, it will go and check that condition. If X is true, what I told you while condition, it always look at the condition. If condition is true, then inside loop will go on executing. Yes or no? X, how long it goes on iterating? Until X becomes false. When X becomes false, after iterating, Sunday. Yes, that is how we can also use iterators also here. See, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, one way it will go on printing. Suppose I want print only Sunday, then what to do? Don't take in looping statement, directly go with method. Which method I told you? Get method. Suppose you want print only Sunday, means no need of looping any specific value from that list. System.out.println. Okay, so what I can say? X dot X data str data str dot get method. What the index number of Sunday? Sunday index number?
6.
6.
6.
Yes.
6.
Like that. That is the main purpose of arrays here. Arrays are very, very important. If it's not useful now, once you go to real time, it will be very useful to you guys. That's what the reason I spent some time on this. I hope it's very clear to all of you now. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right? Right. Clear? Jeshwal, you are logging 2 times. With 2 times, we same your
Yeah.
name or different people?
Yeah, no, mine only. My
Okay.
laptop,
Okay, okay.
speaker is not working.
Okay, fine, it's fine. Now, before we start WebDrive, yesterday I discussed static, non-static. Do you remember all of you guys, static, non-static? And I could not forward document because of some technical issues here. Today I'll send all the documents. Okay. Do you understand what is static and non-static? Huh? All of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, welcome. Now, when you're testing any web application in Selenium, most of the time we validate string type data, right? 100%. Any application you take, we have string type data only. String type data. Right? So here we have to learn functions, string functions, different types of string functions, which we are going to use on a regular basis in your Selenium classes. I'll discuss one by one. Okay. What is string here? String is a predefined class in Java which contains inbuilt functions. Remember that it has number of inbuilt functions. Some of that functions we use for Selenium validation. Very no more 99% here. Take any application string type only, validating string type only. So in that situation, it will be very useful for us. Let me discuss one by one, and I'll send that complete note. First method is I want to print number of characters in a string. Number of characters in a string. Okay. What I should use? Data type should be string. String str is equal to, say for example, I am so lazy to practice, but I want top MNC job. This is my string here. Complete string. This is my string. I just want to know how many characters are there in that string, including special characters. Special character, what is special character here? And blank space. If you have other than that, also special character. Okay. I just want to know how many characters we have in that string. So for that, sysout str dot
Length.
function is length function. Exactly. Length function. Remember all of you. A length function always returns number of characters in a string. Okay. It always returns how many characters starting from 1, not from 0. Starting from 1. In this str, how many strings we have? How many characters we have? 46 character. 1, 2, 3, including blank space, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. It goes on counting how many characters we have in a string. So whenever you wanted a number of characters in a string, then we should take help of length function. First function. I'll maintain separately one by one. Okay. I'll maintain one by one function and I'll share this document. Next, I just want to compare two strings, whether they're equal or not equal. I just want to compare two strings. Compare two strings. More than two strings, whatever, two strings. And also compare two strings. How do you compare two strings? Say for example, I have two strings. String str1 is equal to hello India. This is my first string. And I have one more string. String str2 is equal to hello India. Okay. And I have one more string here. I have one more string, string3. String str3 is equal to hello India. Okay. And I have one more string. fourth string, hello, India. Assume that these are my strings here. Okay. I just want to compare two strings. I want to compare str1 and str2, whether they're equal or not equal. So for that, I can use a function called sysout str1 dot equals. So that equals function. Remember, whenever we go with equals, remember all of you, how it compares is important. Equals always compares two strings. Equals always compares two strings. What are two strings here? str1, str2. It will compare the whole string. And equals will also look for case sensitive. It looks for what? Case sensitive. Case sensitive means what? Uppercase and lowercase. If both are equal means if both are equal returns true or else returns false. If both are equal, true or else returns false. But it looks the complete string length. Okay, let us see here. Let us use this function. Equals to what? With what you are comparing here? We are comparing with str2. Assume that. All of you, what the output for this? Anybody?
False.
False. Why false? Why false? Both are same string. But here it looks for case sensitive, right?
Case sensitive.
Yes. Here we give H capital. Here we give H small and I also small. And looks for exact length. Length means all of you know number of characters. It looks for exact length also. That is very important. Okay. 100% returns false. I want to make it true. How do you make that as true? Anybody? System.out.str1 dot equals
str4.
str4. 4. Now the output will be true only. Compulsory it will be true. But I want to ignore the case sensitive. Compare the string. Compare two strings by ignoring the case sensitive. So for that we use one more function, very important function. All of you I think str, yes, str1 dot equals ignore case. Equals ignore case. Equals, remember all of you, equals looks for exact length and complete string. Exact length and complete string. Equals ignore case will ignore the case sensitive in both strings. Case sensitive, uppercase, lowercase. That's very important. With what you want to compare means I want to take any string, no problem. str2 also no problem. Now will it be true or false?
True.
True only. 100% true. Why? Because 100% true. Why? Because here both strings should be true here. Means both are, it's ignoring the case, but both have the same length. That's very important. Now the output will be what? True, compulsory true. It will be true. So like that we can compare. Not only that, we can compare str system.out dot str2 dot equals ignore case to what? I want to compare with str3. str3, right? So here it will go and check that str2 string plus it will go and check str4 string also. If both, here it looks for exact length. It go and compare the complete string. Okay. At the same time, it looks for case sensitive also. Now output will be true or false here? Output will be again true. So like that, see when you want to see, when you use in Selenium, all of, I think you got clarity. Like when you're checking the titles, 100%, every page will have titles, URLs. Huh? In that situation, these string functions are very, very useful. This is one. Equals, remember all of you, it looks for complete string, not any sum of the string, complete string, and looks for case sensitive and also looks for exact length also. This is very important. No. Say for example, string str1 is equal to, say for example, I am learning testing. This is my string here. And I want to check whether my string contains sequential characters. Say for example, sysout str1 dot contains. Look at that function. Contains. Lot of difference between contains and equals here. All these functions written true or false. True or false. Contains. We can check sequence of the characters beginning of the string, middle of the string, or end of the string. We can check sequential characters beginning of the string, middle of the string, end of the string. Say for example, I'm going with middle of the string, say ing. What that ing? What I'm asking Java, go and check this ing contains in this str1 in sequential format or not. And also contains always looks for case sensitive. This also looks for case sensitive. No exact length, not required. Exact length not required. It looks for case sensitive. Now 100% output will be true or false here. I feel true only. Yes or no? Output will be true only. True means
Yes.
what that meaning? What is the meaning of true? What is the meaning of true? ing is in the sequential characters in that str1. It is in the form of sequential character. You can check middle of the string, end of the string. This is very useful when you go on comparing it. str1 again, str1 dot contains. str1 dot contains. Say for example, end of the string. I want to check it out. Testing. Or any string you can specify sequential characters accordingly. I want to specify. I'm saying T as capital here. T as capital. Here output will be. Here output will be true, and here output will be
False.
false. 100% it will be false. True, true, false. Okay. So contains is different. Equals is different. Equals looks for what? Any sequential characters here? No. It looks for a complete string. Contains we can check. Beginning of this very important when you go for XPath also here. XPath. Not only contains equals, we also use. Suppose I want to ensure that my string starts with this I am. My string starts with this prefix value or not. So for that we use one more function. Sysout str1 dot starts with. Look at that. Starts with. It checks. Prefix means what the meaning of prefix here? Starting text. We have to give starting. What that starting text? I am. Here it also looks for case sensitive. Be careful. It also looks for case sensitive. Case sensitive. Compulsory. Okay. Now output will be true or false. Output will be true or false. True only. True. Suppose I want to check whether my string starts with this or not. Define something else other than that. Suppose say for example, I am starting with I capital. 100% output will be false here. False. True, first one true. First one is true. Why? Because it's starting with that, and second one is false again. I want to check. Mute your mic when you're talking something. Mute your mic. I want to ensure my string is ending with this suffix or not, ending this text or not. So the function is opposite function. Sysout str1 dot ends with. What text you can suffix means what? Last characters of the string, right? Suppose I want to check with this testing. What is the output for this? Output will be
True.
True. Like that. Contents is different. Starts with is different. Ends with is different. Ends with test if the string ends with its specified suffix value or not. It starts with, it tests whether the string starts with the specified prefix or not. Contents, it returns true if and only string contains specified sequential of character values. Sequential of character values. It will go on searching the sequence. Okay, in the entire string, it goes on searching. Equals what? Equals look for the complete string. and case sensitive, exact length, compulsory. Here also containers looks for all these functions looks for case sensitive here. All of you know how to overcome that case sensitive. We have lowercase, uppercase, I told you, and also now just now we discuss equals, ignore case also we have. We can overcome that way. Okay. That way we can use some of the functions once we go to Selenium classes here. And anyway, from tomorrow, we're going to start WebDriver classes. And some more Java concepts I'll discuss in before going to framework classes. Hoops, especially hoops, compulsory. Now, if I discuss everything, you'll forget. I know about you guys. Okay. But up to now, what I discuss is very important, which we can implement in your Selenium classes also. So let us start from tomorrow, WebDriver classes. Okay, guys. And I'll share all the documents today. And from tomorrow, we'll be writing against applications one by one. Okay, na?
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Okay.
Don't be irregular from tomorrow. Selenium classes. Many people are missing. We'll take some time here. It's not a simple subject. We have a very lengthy subject. You have to learn every topic here. Even 1-2 members are coming. I don't care. I will discuss perfectly. Okay, na?
Okay.
Right. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
bye-bye.
you, sir.
Thank you. Bye, sir.
Yeah, bye bye.